Hello, everyone. I'm Amanda, and this is Wellness Me Up. This is where we talk about all of the weird and wise and just wildly supportive sides of wellness with coaches, with people in the wellness space that you can actually connect with. And you can connect with these people when you are just done pretending that everything is fine. So today I am joined by Amanda Dunn. Amanda identifies as Amanda. She also identifies as an educator, mom, and an entrepreneur. Amanda started mindfulness and movement rooted in the deep belief that everyone has the right to be mentally well. And so I asked Amanda to sum up their approach to wellness in just a couple of sentences. And here is what Amanda said. Wellness is not a destination, but a journey. Being mentally well is a human right, and we have so many gifts that can heal ourselves and others. The key is having some fun while doing it. Dance, yoga, retreats, creative expression, while being mindful that usually the things I don't always want to do are the ones I need the most. Being present, therapy, lifting weights, preparing nutritional food, boundaries, and balance. This journey is one of self-compassion and grace. So let's just see if Amanda can help you get a little bit more wellness up. Welcome to the podcast, Amanda. It's very good
Thank
to be
you.
here.
Thank you, Amanda. Oh, you didn't tell me that I was going to maybe cry during this podcast.
It's so incredible, right? Like just reading back. And that's why I like with the questionnaire that I get everybody to answer, I get a good vibe and a feeling of what it does. It's so incredible to have it read out loud that this is what you're doing in these spaces to help people and reflecting back, right? Like I get to be a witness to what it is that you're doing, and everybody else listening gets to be a part of what it is that you're doing too. So it's just really incredible being able to share all of this really meaningful work that everybody is doing with people to support them through their wellness. So thank you.
Thank you, Amanda. What a
Hmm.
beautiful introduction and what
Hmm.
a special thing that you're doing here on your platform.
Thank you. So on the platform, I like to ask 6 questions. And so who knows, sometimes we scroll a little bit, especially on the one question, because I don't know what's going to happen for that question. I'm calling it, and I do swear on this podcast, I call it like the what the fuck is like, what the fuck is happening? Like this, nothing is linear journey, and we're just going to spin a wheel and ask a question for that 5th question. So I never know what's going to happen on that one. But the other questions are all about just getting to know you as a coach and or like how you're supporting people in the wellness space and helping them get, and I think you use those words like mentally well, like in that mentally wellness space. So we'll kick it off and we'll go from there, see how things flow, and we're gonna have some fun and just get to know
Awesome.
one another a bit.
Thanks, Amanda.
Okay. So there are six areas of wellness that I focus on in this podcast. So there's spiritual wellness, relationship wellness, emotional and mental wellness. There's physical wellness, life transitions and identity wellness, and then financial and purpose wellness. So really curious for anyone that's listening, what areas that you support people through, and then how you actually support people on that journey of wellness.
Really great question. And I actually had to sit with my family, my husband and my eldest son, to say, what do you think mommy does best? Because my background is, I started off like going towards being a chartered accountant. So like I do love to support people with their finances. I do love to move my body. I'm a dancer and I love to exercise. But I think what my husband and my son revealed was I really love supporting people's emotional and spiritual well-being.
Hmm. It is so interesting speaking with people because it's like we start with the where we were, the why of like how we got into that stuff. And sometimes the journeys that we were on, like you said, I started on financial, like this is where I am now, but then wellness at some point became really important. And focusing on those things is like this shift then started to happen. And we get into this space, and this is what we do. And you also use the humans. I like that you ask the humans in your life, like, what is it that mommy does, right? Like, and then asking your partner, like, what is it that I do? Like, how do they perceive you? Because perspective is such a big part of wellness too. So what is it that you perceive that it is what I do with other people? So I like that. I like that you ask the other people. I don't think anyone on the podcast has done that yet. Like, ask somebody else, like, what is it that I do? To just kind of get clear on that messaging. So that's really fun to look at that perspective. And then so when
Thank you.
someone says like, I don't even know what it is that I need, and but they just know deep inside themselves that something needs to change. And then they hit the internet or they talk to a friend and they hear about you. They find you in that space. Hello, little one. Um, how is it that you meet them in that moment?
That's a really interesting question. Because I oftentimes I think my strength is putting myself in their shoes, whether it's that empathy piece, whether it's like, have I been through this before? And I think, there was a time in my life where I thrived on problem solving and fixing, and I have these tools, I've had these experiences, like, here we go, this is the plan, this is the next step. And through my experience as a mother, as an educator, and struggling with my own mental health issues, I think like just the pause and the listen and the holding space for others to be where they are without any shame, without any guilt. And like that first, like, I don't know what to do, I often lean on like, not to say like, what is your biggest dream? Where do you want to be? What's your next step? But like, what can we do to self-soothe? Or what can I do to help in this moment? Or is this moment just sitting here and holding space for you to feel your
Mm-hmm.
feelings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I did listen to your question, and I did have my beautiful daughter pop in, and I
Uh-huh.
and I am gonna go close the door so that I can continue to use my potty mouth.
Sounds good. But even in that moment, right, listening to what you just said there and how you're holding space and you're doing that. And then and so people might not have seen, depending on how this podcast comes out,
Yeah,
I might not share that, like show that your daughter was there, but I said, "Oh, hello, little one." And
yes,
just watching you take that moment, you were still talking and engaged with me, but it was like she came in and she came right into you for a hug, and you just gave her that support right away, gave her that nudge. I'm here. Mom is still here. Don't worry. All the things are good. And then continuing talking. So I literally watched in action what it is that you offer to other people in real time. Like I just got to
oof,
watch that of what you do, because sometimes an interruption from somebody might come in like, what are you doing? Mom's in here. Like, what's going on? Do it, like, don't do that. Or we can react or we can do that. But you just, with grace and with comfort, you just brought somebody in, gave them that quick little hug because that's what daughter needed, and and moving on, right? So I got to witness that. I might not show daughter on the screen because, like, daughter, but that's what I got to witness you doing that.
ah,
So
thank you,
that was really
Amanda.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Um,
Did I
and
answer your question though?
you did.
I
You
guess.
answered
Okay.
it with
Okay.
answering it with words, and you answered it through action.
Okay.
And then you were like, I'm also now going to shut the door. So that way, if I want to have a potty mouth, I can do this. Let's do the boundaries and
Yeah.
have that in practice too. So no, that's perfect.
Amazing.
What is what's something, okay, somebody comes and maybe you can talk a little bit about
Yeah.
like the center, like the mindfulness and movement and what it is that
Yes.
you're doing there. But when somebody comes there, like what's something that tends to unlock for them? Like, oh, they have this moment like of truth that just happens, truth
Mhm.
bomb, and it just starts to propel them into those. I really got to start working on these goals, or I have realizations that are happening. So when they come to like mindfulness and movement, what happens for them? Have you seen these moments for them? Like, I didn't even know that I had to do this, and now I'm working on this in myself.
Another great question. Okay, so in a
Hmm.
nutshell, mindfulness and movement, although a dream of mine would be to have like an actual real space and a real just walk-in space. What it is we have these beautiful leased spaces that started off in the Hamilton Dundas area and has grown to actually international. But my biggest, our team's biggest kind of goal was with this dance class. And it's always been $10 drop in. And then if no one has $10, it's like, please just come and dance. And it started with that. And for me, dance to me is something that I don't want to do when my mood is low. I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to go for a walk in the forest and hug a tree and do all the things that I know are healthy for me. But if I can
Mhm.
have a community that's going to hold me accountable in the way of like, hey, Amanda, we really want to dance with you tonight. Like, just get whatever you can on, whether you have running shoes or not, and we're going to play the music and just move your body. And that's kind of where it began. And so grateful that we've had a trio, this team, these co-founders of mindfulness and movement that kind of had that same vision. And then we quickly saw, especially during COVID, like when everything was shut down, this, that, and the other, like people still wanted to connect and people still wanted to dance, even if it was over Zoom, even if it was in the park for free. I'm sure there's many people that weren't happy that I was shaking to Big Big Booty at 9:30 a.m. at the park. I think, like, to answer the question, it's that community piece and doing the things that we don't necessarily want to do, and then seeing this like hit of dopamine or this like, you know what, I did something with my day, or I did one thing this month that was good for me, or um, just I see that all the time, and then it has grown as in like I start going to other things. Like I started paying to go like essentially shovel manure or feed cows and horses on this farm called the Resiliency Farm. And I had someone ask me, like, why are you paying to go work on a farm? And I'm like, oh, it's always been my dream to own a farm. I love animals and I know I'll never be able to afford a farm. But like I found this business. And when I went there to this farm called the Resiliency Farm, which is in Bimbrook, and Cheryl is the retreat leader there, like that was like this warm hug that I was like, oh my goodness, there's other places, there's other tools, there's other people that we can access right away and not be on a year-long wait list. Not be on a 2-year long wait list to see a specialist. And when Cheryl received me that time, I was like, this is so healing and so safe for me that I want other people to experience this, whether it's through mindfulness or movement, or as you said, through all of the wellness coaches that, exist in the world that believe in accessibility. I'll share one story. We did like a breath work collaboration dance, belly dance night. And a lot of our participants, I think, are grateful with the charcuterie of experiences that we offer. But sometimes they kind of laugh at me like, here we go, right? Like, here we go. It's something unique. Thanks, Amanda. Yes, sweetie. Yes. I'm not almost done, but if you go ask Daddy for something special to do as Mommy finishes, I'm sure he will do that with you, okay? I appreciate that. Is he busy? Okay. Can I have one more hug? Or is this something that you want to go like sit over on the bed and do so that we're together still? Or do you just want to sit and listen? I know, sweetie. You're doing so good. Do you want me to go call Daddy? Okay. Amanda, thank you. One moment, please.
No worries.
Sorry, I'm going to be your editing nightmare. Um,
Oh, that's all right. No worries.
so one of the events was breathwork and belly dancing, and
Mhm.
one of our longest participants who's been with us for like 7 years, and I think she comes to every event I plan, a retreat or anything that we do. And she said to me that as we got started with this, and we had this incredible breathwork facilitator come in, like it's one of those things, like she said, like I wasn't ready to drink the Kool-Aid at first. Like I didn't want to drink the Kool-Aid, and then as she laid there and then we went deep into this breathwork experience, like we were all, I think there was like 6 of us and it was so intimate. And like I'm bawling my eyes out. I'm releasing everything. Like it was such a safe space, but like to witness, people that we've been on this wellness journey together for a long time to say like there is still there's still always opportunity to explore different avenues and to change things up. And
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
It's a big realization, right? When people start getting into this space, they think they just don't know what can transform for them, and they can
yeah.
pivot at any point. They don't they can like, do something that they would have never ever done before, and then all of a sudden they've shifted directions completely because of that, and or just given them something else to think about,
Mm,
even to see if
mm-hmm,
that's something that they can integrate into their lives. And that in itself is a big realization that happens. Be like, is this something that I can start doing more of in my life? And this feels good to be in that space and be able to just be vulnerable too.
mm,
It's something that we sometimes do very quietly in our
mm-hmm,
own lives. Like we're on the bathroom floor fucking crying or in our beds, can't get up and move. But to be in spaces where we can just release and have feel safe enough that people are going to accept those tears and those emotions just as easily as they would accept laughter and
mm-hmm,
kind of emotion, right? It's really beautiful when we can get in those spaces and do that. And to be at a farm too and doing that and like belly, you said belly dancing and all that movement to go with it, like release is going to happen really beautifully that way. Oh, that's so cool. That's very, very cool. That almost ties into question four, right? Because
yes.
I think the question four is like, what are clients usually most surprised by after when they work with you? And
Mm,
that almost ties into it, but you might have another example, but it almost flows
yeah.
into that
Yeah, it
a little
does.
bit. So
Yeah.
just thinking what what people get surprised about by, oh, I didn't think that I could actually do this and be in this space and be here and just experience this, right? It's totally, totally different. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any other surprises that come up for people?
I think that just the radical acceptance of, like you said, you could be living in this shit.
Yep.
Life can feel awful. Um, but you can experience pain and joy
Same time.
at the same
Yeah.
time without shame, without
Hmm.
guilt. Um,
Hmm.
like you can love yourself, you can feel whole, but you could also have confidence like this
Yeah.
and learning to be okay with that and learning to accept that and learning to
Hmm.
be present and just really doing whatever the F you want.
Hmm.
There's no right or wrong way, and that we all have the tools. Like I think
Hmm.
that that's a realization is like I love introducing people to all of these cool things that have worked for me. But like to be honest, the state I'm at in my life, like I have three young kids. I can barely get through an hour podcast interview with
Yeah.
you. Um, and I want to go belly dance and I want to go to the farm and I want to go to Costa Rica and I want to, but like for the most part, I am lighting a candle and I am, what else do I have here? Like, I am writing little affirmations on post-it notes to put on the mirror
Yeah.
to just get through, like
Hmm.
so you can survive and thrive at the same time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. You said so many things in that one section, right? And it is so true that we kind of hold two truths at the same time. And even for like even sitting in that pain and still recognizing that this is joy. And for context, for everybody listening, Amanda and I were actually talking about this just before this, right? We were checking in about each other on our Januaries and how life was going, and just how, I do this thing where I call it demolition before rebuild. And I'm in the shit right now. Like full, like boom, boom, boom. The tower is collapsing, all sorts of shit is happening. But at the same time, I can still be fine with releasing the tears, getting fucking angry, all of the things that are happening, and feeling that Aries energy firing up in me and being like, how do I
Oh,
find my voice and not let that
Aries.
go away?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then also at the same time, these emotions and feelings can be happening and worlds can be collapsing, like things that were once opportunities could be collapsing, relationships, all that stuff could be happening. But then there's that truth of like, hey, always on the other side of this, things get better. That is proven time and time again in my life that things get better. There is light, there is joy in all of this shit because I can trust, people in my life to talk to about these things. I can feel comfort with them. There's so much good in this space too. And those feelings, sure, they are shitty to feel, but they're still feelings and they're still good things to
Mm-hmm.
experience. And they
Mm-hmm.
can still be true at the same time. The shitty and the good can still be happening at the same time. And then even leaning into like just doing whatever it is like that it is that we need to do and have to do. Like you highlighted a little bit on that too in saying that. And I say that often as well. Like I actually compare it to an alpaca because I think alpacas just do whatever the fuck they want to do. So you can also just do whatever the fuck you want to do too. That's going to make you feel better and
Yeah.
just do the things to make you feel like, and it's just very surprising when we start
Mm-hmm.
getting into this wellness space of what are my supports? What makes me feel good? Like all of that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
right?
It's
So it's,
a lot of it is like learning and relearning and learning and relearning really
yeah,
about yourself, right? Like,
yeah,
and
hmm
like, I never thought I would ever teach kindergarten. But like to me, it's like such an honor to be in that space and that age group of
hmm
like 3, 4, 5, 6, because I feel like that is like the ultimate goal and dream is for us to remove all these fucking layers and
yes,
uniforms and hats and get back
hmm
to the like, well, I'm like, what brought Amanda joy at
yeah,
3
hmm
before, or like at, like
yeah,
yeah, it's so
yeah,
interesting. But
hmm
I think my point I'm trying to make is that as a recovering perfectionist, I think finding a space to be mentally well can also be triggering and
yes,
feeling like you have to do all of these things.
yeah,
And sometimes, like, it's okay, when I talk to my therapist and I say to her, like, I think I just need to stop, like, laying in bed and eating Tostitos and cheese dip and blah, 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 blah. And she'll laugh at me and she'll be like, why would you ever stop doing something you love? And
hmm
I'm like, well, because that's not helping me and blah, 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 blah. But it's like, it's okay to self-soothe. It's okay to step back. It's okay to hibernate. We
yeah.
were never meant to be
hmm
up here at all times.
At all times. It's okay to have the winter, like find that season
Yeah.
and just relax and lean into that.
And
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And
But
it's
it's
okay.
hard, right? Like as perfectionists and where that stems from in our lives for however that came up for us about needs and people pleasing and just getting everything right, however that came to us in our lives, it's a lot because sometimes we then can feel guilty about leaning into the resting and just sitting there with our bag of chips or whatever it is that we're snacking on or doing and guilting ourselves like yesterday I went here I am doing Noom and releasing weight and doing more things but I go to the movies yesterday and I was instantly went into that I started saying, oh, I shouldn't be doing this, I'm so guilty, and then I was like, fuck that, I'm okay to enjoy this and to have this a little bit, and it's not about taking it away entirely of things that I can do once in a while. How often I go to the movies now? Not often anymore and do that stuff, so it's okay to still eat the Tostitos and stay in your bed and do whatever it is that you need to do to just rest. But the talking we have to do to make ourselves like walk through our mind on that is it's a lot of process, and
Hmm.
it's a big untangling mess up there that goes on to just feel in that state, to feel calm, to how is it
Hmm.
that we're regulating our nervous
Hmm.
systems to just be in that calm and doing
And
that. So
and I love
mhm,
that you mentioned when you're in your tower moments,
yeah,
like leaning into like connecting with others because our shadow work is also not meant to be done alone.
alone.
Um, and I think like that tribe and trust, I often want to isolate, I want to control, I don't want to tell anyone what's going on, and I want to fix everything. But really just that tribe and trust and community and leaning on that and just knowing that we're all in this human experience, this very messy,
Hmm.
whole lot of fun, full of joy, messy again. Holy fuck, what's going on? I don't want to be an
Yes,
adult. But here we are, and we're
that's
doing
what
it
happens.
together, and we've got this one
Hmm.
beautiful life, and it's time to
Hmm.
have fun too, right?
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Right? And then like beautifully transition into question number 5 because I spin this wheel on this podcast and I call it the
Oh,
wellness isn't linear, what the fuck wheel?
oh my
Because
goodness.
we don't know what's going to happen in life. Things can squirrel and pivot all of the time. We can have all the fun in life, and there's so much good and absurd things that happen in life. And so I like to spin this wheel on the podcast, and full disclosure too, I asked ChatGPT to come up with all the questions for this, so I have no idea what's going to fucking happen on it. Like we can
Okay.
talk anywhere between, oh wow, that's like really deep. I love talking about this question. Or all of a sudden, like, I don't know, yeah, I could be talking about I'm thinking about you talking about Tostitos. So I'm like, we could be talking about moon
Yeah.
phases
I love
and
I love
nachos.
this. I
I have
love
no
this.
idea.
I'm
Like I
much
have no
better.
clue.
I am much better at games versus hear the questions before. Yeah, that I'm very excited.
Yes.
Very
Yep.
excited for this. Yeah.
Amazing. So we will spin this wheel and we're gonna see what our favorite robot assistant would like us to
Beautiful.
say today. So this is
Does your
amazing.
robot have a name or you just call
You
it
know what? I haven't
chat
named
me
my
up?
robot assistant.
Yeah.
I should
Okay.
name it. I've heard about this concept before of even we should be naming our brains. And
Mm,
because we can talk ourselves out of things so easily. And so if we give our brain a name, like no, Susie, I'm not doing that today. Like, forget
mm-hmm.
about it. Like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
we are going to the gym today. We are going for a walk. Like, naming that is helpful. So maybe I should name my chat GPT.
Mm-hmm.
I should
I
ask my chat GPT what it wants to be named.
yeah, that's very
Maybe I could let the robot choose because we didn't get to choose our names, but like my name became a manifesting with my company. Like I was like just gonna manifest everything. And here you are. We're double a manifesting today with
we
all of the
are. I
things we
couldn't,
are.
I am a
Yeah.
very nervous person and very nervous
Hmm.
to speak publicly, but I was like, how could I say no to an opportunity to manifest with an Amandafester?
With an
Like,
manifester. We're gonna
yeah.
manifest together. We're gonna do the things. It's gonna be fun. Like this is what we're gonna do.
Okay,
Oh my gosh,
let's do
so
this
fun.
wheel.
Okay, well
Okay.
let's spin this wheel. Okay, I'm gonna pull this up over here. I'm gonna share sound, make sure I'm doing the things. Let me know that you
Oh,
can see this
oh,
thing.
we get to see it. This is
You get to see it.
fun.
You get to see it. And like
Oh,
we're gonna spin it. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. So all the questions are on here. We don't know which one it's gonna land on. And we're gonna give it a little, I'm gonna click this button and off it goes.
oh, it's got music.
It does. It's fun, right? Like which one? Where's it gonna land? Okay. This is, oh, okay. What is your I'm fine lie? I'm fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. I always think of Ross off of Friends. Like, I'm fine. Everything's fine. Like, what am I doing? What is your I'm fine line?
It usually is, I'm fine. It usually is, it's like usually a spiral of like diarrhea, verbal, blah, 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 blah. But like, it's all good. It's all good. I'll figure it out. Everything's fine. Like, don't worry. No worries. Yeah, I've got it.
Everything's good.
And then
It's
everyone's kind of
good.
like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Just don't talk to me. I'm good. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
all good.
it's good. It's fine. Everything's great. Don't do that. Like it's just not. I'm gonna find it too. This is so funny. That I have this. It's because
I'm
it's true. And
fine.
like we know it's a lie. We know it's a fucking lie. That it's not fine and it's not good. And I remember during the pandemic, and I have this because of the self-esteem workshops that I'm on, but it's this I'm fine. It's fine, everything is fine mask. And so I was wearing this during the pandemic. It was not fucking fine at all. Like all
No,
the
it
stuff that was
wasn't.
going on. It was
Yeah.
not good, but here I was like, everything's fine, everything's great. I'm just doing
Um,
all the things I should be
my
at home and whatever
my
else.
my text message line to like um to cut people off when they know I'm not fine, but I'm like, I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Is my mom always says like love you over like as a boomer texter, it's like LU. And for the longest time
Mhm.
I didn't know what that meant. And I was like, what's going on here?
What is
LU.
it?
And so one of my friends decoded it and was like, she's saying love you. And
Hmm.
so whenever I'm like, okay, I'm done talking, I don't want to talk about this, I'm fine. I just do LU, and that means like, do not reach out to me until I reach out to you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
some, a post-it that I have though, like I really believe in grounding in gratitude or laughing in like
Hmm.
the shit. And another dear friend, this is like her phrase, and it's probably showing up as like a mirror, but isn't it
No,
wonderful?
it's not. It's
No,
perfect. It's
is
isn't
it?
it
Okay.
wonderful? Yeah,
Isn't it
isn't
wonderful?
it wonderful? No, it's
Isn't
showing
it
up
wonderful?
perfectly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
isn't it
Hmm.
wonderful? So like, and then I can just laugh. Like, isn't it wonderful,
Hmm.
that I can't walk, but I can lay in bed now and eat bacon? Isn't it
Yeah.
wonderful that I can't pay my mortgage, but I can do this? And then I start shifting it and actually looking outside right now. Like, isn't it wonderful that I live in a place where there are trees that are blowing in the wind, right? And it just
Hmm.
keeps, and then my perspective and my mood and my energy just elevates. Yeah.
Elevates.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does, right? It gets you can start shifting it. There's like the point where it's like sarcastic and then actually becoming genuine. And
Exactly.
shift
Yeah.
it becomes genuine
Yeah.
then and authentic. It'd be like, oh, it is actually wonderful.
Yeah.
Like I'm okay with this. This is nice. This is a nice it's a gradual shift. That's a nice tool and technique to just start moving through that thought process to
Yes.
get you into a different vibration or thought or perspective. It's that's a good trick to play on
Yeah.
our brains. Oh
It
my gosh,
is. Because I
it
love, I
is.
love, I love coping with what do I, other than like I said, Tostitos, I love coping with humor, right? Like I do.
Hmm.
And usually it's making fun of myself.
Yes,
Um,
it is. That's self-deprecating humor,
yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
it can be really good, right? It can be.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
then I'm
hmm,
learning to, to get to, you're right, that
yeah.
genuine,
The
real,
genuine,
present,
authentic, right? Yeah.
authentic gratitude for self. Yeah.
Yes,
And
yeah.
love.
And the self-deprecating thing, it can be good and it can, but it's also a mask, right? That we're hiding
Hmm.
something underneath ourselves, but it's also just showing up in that light, gentle joy and all of that. But it's there's something else going on underneath that layer, and that's where that wellness stuff can come out. And before you know it, you're wearing the mask of belly dancing and doing the fun stuff, and then you're crying in a field and having a good release. So this is really this is really great that you can kind of pair these modalities together and have those two truths happening. This is really fun. I like this.
Oh, thanks, Amanda. Yeah.
So good. So good. See, you don't know what's going to happen with this question. I have no idea. Never know what that robot. I've got to come up with a name for it. Maybe I'll call mine Ross because it's I could like with the who knows?
Are
Maybe
you a
I
big
could call it
Friends
Ross.
fan? Like a
I
big,
used to be a big Friends
yeah.
fan, and
Yeah.
I get razzled for that because I have so many people in my life that are like Friends, like Seinfeld. Like, why are we even discussing Friends? So,
Interesting. Yeah.
hmm
Like I am, my sister was a big Seinfeld, like that was, she's
hmm
3 years older. And so I never
yep,
really got to watch it as much. So Friends was kind of, yeah. So like you could Friends reference me all day long and I would
all the
laugh.
time.
Yeah.
Exactly. I would laugh too, but other people are like looking at me now, my friend group, and I'm like, what happened here? Where are all the friends? Like they're stopped like with
Yeah.
Seinfeld. It's like, no, can't. Yeah, it's an interesting
Yeah.
debate between us all. Yeah,
That's
it's like when
funny.
you're dating and the whole joke is like pineapple on pizza kind of stuff, right? Like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
just so funny. Interesting issue. See, how are we talking about pineapple? I don't even know where that thought came into my brain from
I
this.
don't know, but I
This
do
is
love
what the
pineapple on
this
pizza.
is I do
And
too. I was just like, where
yeah.
did this happen? I don't know where these things pop up from in my brain. I'm gonna name my brain too. Name the chat GPT, name the brain. These are my task lists. At some point at during this show, I will figure out what they're gonna be named. And
I
I'll
love
message
it.
you and be like, this is what I've decided to name them. This is what chat is now being called. Yeah.
And your heart. Yeah, you know what? I love
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't think
gotta. Well, because
Amanda, yes, the
we
heart.
lead with love, right? Like that's ultimately we lead with love, and it's love and fear. And I think our brain sometimes can be really practical, but it can go in the
Mm.
fear state as well. I know mine does oftentimes. My brain isn't always telling me the story that's true. But I think the leading with love and the intuition and all that comes from the heart, right? So yeah.
Um,
But I
yes.
don't know if your heart needs a name. Like I think you are Amanda Reese, and you have a
Hmm.
beautiful, beautiful heart. So, yeah.
You know how I made you cry at the beginning of this? Now I'm gonna start to cry, and then we're gonna y'all just like a tear fest on here.
Yeah, well, I was
I
gonna
have
I
no
was gonna
problem with
call
her
you
doing the
like I
releasing.
was gonna call you like Amanda
Yeah,
Reese,
yeah,
heart
right.
girl, like all
Hmm.
these things. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Hmm.
yeah, like I
I
just
never
think,
thought about naming the brain to, like naming the brain and the heart too. So
yeah,
that is going to be something that, yeah, yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
But
Amanda.
you lead with love, you do, and it shows. So, um,
Hmm.
again, you invited me on here to talk about how I support others, but this has been the best therapy I've had in a really long time because
Hmm.
it has encouraged me to face a fear. And I think when we face our
Hmm.
fears, that's when we do level up, we wellness up. And my fear
Hmm.
is public speaking and talking about myself because I always just am a
Hmm.
nervous gal, and I think that's why I ended up in education with littles.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so thank you
It's easy.
for
It's You're
yeah.
welcome.
Yeah,
You're
no,
very welcome.
I was
I
gonna
remember
say,
how terrifying it was to go out online and do those things. It was terrifying. That
hmm
at that moment when somebody said, "Well, you're gonna need to start posting." I'm like, "What? Start posting and doing things like you want me to talk and be out
yeah.
there? Like that's just not something I could do." But you're right. When we get uncomfortable and we're
Mm,
fucking terrified to do something, when we step into that and we do the thing that we're scared of, our world
hmm
starts to expand
hmm
and things just start to fall differently. And I'll be
hmm
so curious after you've done this to say, oh my gosh, I've done this now, or I've done this because I just ripped that band-aid off and now
Yeah,
I'm out here doing other things. So I'm very curious to see
that is.
where like you were out in the hallway and you stepped into the room and you've done the things
Yeah.
now. So it's gonna be really,
And
really
this is
meaningful to see.
my second recorded podcast. The first one was live, so you could only remember like imagine how
Hmm.
sweaty I was for that, but I've never sent
Yes.
it. Like my husband didn't even know I did it because I'm like, no, I can't
Yeah.
tell anyone I ever did that. So this
Nobody's gonna know.
this is so thank you for encouraging me to face my fears in such a
Welcome.
warm and safe and fun space.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to have you here. And so that's question 6. We would love to know like what,
Oh, if there's
and you
another
kind of
question.
said it. Yeah,
Okay,
you
yeah.
said one more
Yeah.
question, and you kind of answered it already with the
Okay.
fear. So we could almost tie that into this because
Okay.
what does the words like wellness me up mean to you in your
Mm,
own words and doing that? So, and you just kind of answered that already with talking into your fear and doing that. So I wonder if that's wellness or if you're tying wellness into all the mindfulness and movement, like if you hear those
yeah.
words wellness me up, what is it that they mean to you?
Yeah. I think,
Hmm.
it's remembering, remembering the tools and the gifts that we already carry. Um, and tapping into those gifts for self-care. And
Hmm.
whether self-care is by yourself, in the bathroom, in the shower, if self-care is hanging out with friends, getting cheeseburgers, if self-care is putting the extra butter on your popcorn, if self-care is belly dancing, breath work, feeding horses, going outside for a breath, whatever it is, I think it's it's being proud of whatever that you want to do and choose to do, to kind of that one foot in front of the other. And it might be a day of joy, it might be a day of pleasure, it might be a day of laundry, but wellness me up is just remembering that we all have a right. It's a human right to be well and happy and find joy and peace in your life. So, yeah,
Is anyone else feeling like the hug? Like, holy, like us. Yeah. Hmm.
I
It's you
think,
get to choose, right? Like you get to
yeah,
choose. Yeah, it's kind of like this. I get that visual of that charcuterie board, right? And like you can choose which bits you want to make to help you in that wellness journey and to do
yeah.
that. So that's really incredible. Amanda, how can people get in touch with you if they want to come
Mm, yeah.
and do the belly dancing or do the movement and any of that stuff? How can they get in touch with you?
Okay. Oh, this is where I have to do a plug.
Hmm.
Okay. So it is called Mindfulness and Movement
Okay.
Self-Care Services.
Yeah.
Um, and our website is www.mindfulnessandmovement.ca. I think I had a moment in the middle of the night where I'm like, oh, that would be a really good name for this collective. And so they could visit the website. They can follow us on Instagram, and I think they can join as a member, or like I really invite you to come. If you are in the Dundas Hamilton area, can I do like a little plug of our upcoming thing?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
So, and I don't know when you're sharing this, but coming up January 18th, we have some guided art therapy at the Dundas
Mhm.
Museum with award-winning artist Isra. And it's going to be like really fun, great music, some grounding meditation, but actually sitting for an hour and painting. I don't want to do it because I'm not talented, but I'm going to do the things that I don't want to do. After that, we've got the most beautiful, gentle, and restorative yoga practice at the Millworks Creative Studio on Hat Street. And
Mm.
Laura is just a gift to the world. It's $20, but I would pay $250 to do this for an hour. It's so grounding and restorative. And then we just started Pilates and somatics. We're doing a pop-up. This is brand new, starting in February, and then we're rolling it out for the spring and summer season. So business is growing. But yeah, there's about eight beautiful female-owned businesses on our collective, on our site, that they truly put their heart and soul into it. So I could speak for another hour about all of them, but everything from a psychic to a $10 dance class,
Mhm.
anything is there, but I can guarantee that these females have put their heart and soul into these offerings and experiences. Yeah. So thanks for asking, Amanda. Yeah.
See, and that's just another reason, Hamilton doesn't just have the waterfalls and all the things. They have incredible wellness experiences and people that are really making some meaningful changes out there, for
Hmm.
everybody in the community and visitors that are coming to the area. Wow, that's incredible. Okay, I'll have to think about when I get this out. And if anything, hopefully I can share. So if you have something I can share it on the channels to say this is happening or do that, so I'll connect with you.
Yeah.
Just that way I
Yeah.
can share it out to people that I know on my channels. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
amazing. Ah, so good. And I always know whenever I hit end on this record, sometimes I wish I would just keep recording because the
Hmm.
conversations that happen after are just hilarious and great and all the things. But if there's
Yeah. Yeah.
anything that you're thinking now that like, oh, I wish I had said that throughout the episode, um, you can say that now, or I can always add
Yeah.
it in at the end afterwards too, like as a section or note in the captions
Okay.
there.
Oh, if I had a little message, I'm thinking, what would my children love for me to say? Um, just like stay true to yourself. You're perfect just the way you are. And when things get hard, and they will get hard, this is life and everything cycles, and um, it's all gonna be okay. Yeah. If you're really in it right now, like really in it, and I've been there, um, it does get better and it will get better, and and you'll continue to add those tools to your toolkit for the next little bump or mountain or tower. You got this.
Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm.
Mm.
I love like this episode so much because of how we even got to see you interact with your kiddo, how you asked their perspectives in the beginning about what it is that you do and how you offer, and then even now just ending that messaging about what would I share with my kiddos, and what would they want me to say. So,
Oh,
you were so like I just it's been uh, this has been incredibly meaningful having you talking and
oh,
sharing and just seeing you in action. So thank you.
thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
Amanda. Yeah.
You're very welcome. Okay, everyone.
Okay.
Well, that is another episode of Wellness Me Up. Here's to getting a little bit more wellnessed up, one episode at a time. Catch you next time.